time to get some new wheels and tires for the truck. So let's see, what kind should we get? It says here, you should base your tires off of what you use them for. Makes sense. Where do I drive my truck at? Street tire, street. Street tire, street. Street tire, street. Street tire, street. On the street. That's where I drive it on the street. So I guess that means it would be good to get street tires. Yeah, that makes sense. But what if I have to go mud riding? Oh wait, I'm not in high school and I don't like to tear my own truck up. Screw it, I'm just gonna make the internet happy. Jimmy, get them wheel adapters. Y'all hear that? Aside from the exhaust, you hear that? Me neither. Street tires, they are quiet. All right guys, so I know this video has jumped around. You probably just watched the truck in its black form because I filmed this previously before wrapping it, but then going back and looking at it, I just wasn't happy with everything. Didn't get really all the topics nailed in that I wanted to. And so here we are a couple weeks later filming the rest of this. Well, so much for a clean truck. Got a little bit of mud and it, you know, wide tires, it's freaking everywhere. But street tires, the extremely heavily debated topic. Some people just cannot accept you can put street tires on a truck and they get just absolutely super triggered by it. And a lot of people, I guess, just don't understand why you would. You put it on a four-wheel drive truck, two-wheel drive, really anything other than a car. Why in the world would you ever put street tires on something that isn't a car? But really the main reason I wanted to run these, other than the fact that I think they look good, I don't daily drive this truck, so mileage is not a huge thing. Your street tires obviously are probably going to get a lot more miles than your mud tires, but that really wasn't a contributing factor to me getting them. I basically wanted to get them because I'd never gotten street tires before, and so with this truck I was doing basically everything I have not ever done on a truck. I just wanted to try. I wanted to, you know, hey, live a little. So I'd never wrapped a truck before, I've never lowered a truck before, I've never ran polished wheels, I've never done chrome accents, I've never had a diesel. Basically, this entire truck was me branching out and trying to do things different than I'd ever done before. Get out of my comfort zone, try something new, not do the same thing I've done to most of my trucks, even though they're all pretty different. But I wanted to just do completely different, and this truck is exactly that. So one thing I definitely did want to say, road noise, I'm sure I already put the clip in here. A lot of people don't want to deal with the road noise that mud tires give off. Personally, it does not bother me one bit. I'd rock a mud grappler, no problem, all day long, road trips, doesn't bother me. But you know, some people truly hate the tire roar, and so street tires is really going to be your only option. Even your ATs, they're still going to be loud. And so street tires are your best option. They're not totally silent, at least the 420s aren't, but they're a ton better. They're quieter than any mud tire you're ever gonna get. I know that for a fact. As well as I think these things look freaking sick. I think I did mention that a little bit, but I mean, honestly, they look freaking sick. Personally, if you don't have them stanced out, I don't think they look quite as good. Jacob's got them on his truck, and I personally don't think they look amazing on his truck just because they're pretty much the exact same tire I have, but he has, I think, 10 wides, maybe 9, and so they don't stick out. And I just think with the street tires, you got to have them sticking out for it to really give that whole look going. Of course, he's, you know, not wide wheels because he's got a race truck, but that, like I said, it's just my personal opinion, and similar to y'all's that are, I'm sure, giving on this about how much you hate it or how much you love them. It's all personal preference. If Nitto made a mud grappler that was a 33-22, I would put that on everything because I absolutely love mud grapplers, but they don't make it for a 22, and I'm hooked on 22x12s. I just think that's the best size wheel. And so I'm stuck, unable to run mud grapplers. So another reason why people will go with the 420s is because they are pretty dang cheap. I mean, comparable to a comparable mud tire, unless you go to like a, you know, foreign brand. I won't name any names, but some of your cheap tires, obviously, they're fine, but a lot of cases you're going to be getting super cheap mud tires if they're going to be comparing to these in the price department. Obviously, you can get like Proxies or something. Those are street tires as well, and they're even cheaper than these. I won't get into those because I've never had them, but they are a cheaper tire. But a lot of people do just want to slap some of these on there. They get good mileage, they ride good, they ride smooth, they're quiet, and they're cheap. So that's another huge reason. I mean, look, they even have a big tread depth. And I might even throw a couple clips in here, I'm not sure, but I might throw a couple clips in here of some people I follow that are up north. This one guy, he freaking daubs his diesel off in the snow with 420s, and it freaking rips. So, and there's a lot of people that say 420s do good in the mud, and I could honestly believe it. As deep as this tread is, that is deep tread for a street tire, and it's also pretty soft. So I could see these doing a lot better than you would think in the mud hole, or not necessarily a mud hole, but in wet conditions in mud. So basically it comes down to they look good, they ride good, they're quiet, they have great tire sizes, they're cheap. I mean, I don't think there's really anything else other than, if you just hate street tires, of a reason not to get these. I mean, honestly, a lot of people run mud tires that never actually leave the road, and that's perfectly fine. I'm kind of one of those people running now my 2018. I don't really feel like going mud riding or anything, but I do love the look of mud tires. I love the sound, I love everything about them. However, like I said, I wanted to try a different one on this truck. So running a street tire on a truck that you probably 90%, if not 100% of the time are just driving on the street, it kind of makes sense. So obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion. If you don't like the way they look, don't run them, obviously. But to say that you ruined a truck by putting street tires on something, it just doesn't even make sense. Most your four-wheel drive trucks, especially your diesels, a lot of people are performance related with them, and so these are going to outperform a mud tire a ton on the street as far as traction. I'm sure these are really good in the rain. I've never got caught in a super bad downpour with them or anything, but I'm sure they're great. Honestly, other than maybe actually in mud, they're going to do just as good, if not better. And so a lot of people need to just chill out on the whole freaking out over a truck having street tires. It's really not that big a deal. People have been doing it forever, and I don't understand it. I mean, I guess I can understand people don't like the way they look, but people just get so out of control when they see street tires on a truck, and it's really annoying. You see people, I get it, you know, everybody doesn't like the wide wheels or the polished wheels. They kind of stand outish and stuff. Everybody doesn't dig that. I get that. But to get like completely butthurt and say you hate something because it has street tires on it, it just kind of blows my mind. So I guess that's pretty much all the points I wanted to get down between the previous video and this one. That's pretty much all I wanted to say on it. So definitely leave a comment down below whether or not you hate street tires, if you have them, what your experience has been, and all that good stuff. So I guess with all that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you did enjoy that. That was just a funny little thing, because if you saw my video where I got the new decals for this, you saw me hint that I wanted to do something funny with the stock decals. Obviously the ones that came on these trucks are like, you know, early 2000s. They look like garbage. They're really old school, kind of boring font, and so they don't look good at all. I will kind of admit that don't look bad right there. I ain't gonna lie. Obviously that one's sideways, I just slapped it on there, but is it four-wheel drive? Because it doesn't have a sticker. So wow, looky there, 2 4 high and 4 low. And if you don't even believe me, then you just think I'm lying. Let's take a what is that? Yeah, so obviously the truck is four-wheel drive. It's just a cleaner look, in my opinion, on these bodies without the badge or the emblem sticker, whatever you want to call it. People could love this truck to death thinking it's four-wheel drive, and then if it ended up being two-wheel drive, they'd be like, oh, it freaking sucks. But it is four-wheel drive. Oh my God, oh my, double sheriffs, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's scary. I'm about to get up out of here, boy. It's funny, I was talking about the window tint right here. Talking about the window tint right there, then two of them come flying by, and they did look at me, and I'm scared.